It looks like, so we moved, load, please. So it looks like we went, right, so we went up the road to Bindle, and then we've come out around here. So I assume, yeah, we've gone through the God's Reach Hills. Would have made more sense to have gone that way, because we're headed, where are we headed? We're headed to Manor, actually, where is Manor Heart? Oh, Manor Heart. What a random coincidence it is that we're both heading to the coast on the west. So we're heading this way, because originally we were headed to, where is it, the Blue River? So we're heading up this way anyway. Follow this road. That I can't actually click on. But so I assume the plan originally was to go through Bindle, up and along this road to the Blue River. Now we're heading this way. So we've come out here, and there is this, like, sloping hole, which admittedly isn't as bad, isn't what things were like over here between Borskard and Ormstaller, where it's just this massive gap. I think it was. Oh yeah, because that was the city that was destroyed, wasn't it? So it's like this space was just a ripped hole, and I quite like the fact that the map is a separate thing. That the map is, this is the map, so it's not right because there's this hole here. I kind of like that. That's one thing I'd like to see more in RPGs, is the map is an actual map. It's not, oh hello. It's not like Skyrim. I hate Skyrim's map because it's not a map. It's a satellite thing, which I don't think they're meant to have because it's fantasy. But it shows exactly what things look like. Whereas I think it'd be better if it was, there are things over here. Admittedly, in an open world game, it's probably a bit more difficult. With, like, I don't like having markers on the map so much, like quest markers and stuff. Because how do you know that they're there? Yeah. So Manahar is over there. Arbarang is here. So I assume we're going to end up heading to the Old Ford, and both groups are going to end up heading to the Old Ford. Well, it depends how long we've got, actually. We're going through the Old Wood, so we're probably heading to Hunter's Bridge, which takes us around to Arbarang that way. Unless that's been destroyed and we have to make a stand at Manahar at the end. That might be what we're doing. I don't know. I'm speculating about the game. I shouldn't do that. Right. Let's go and talk to people. I can't remember your name. Is it Roek? Roek looks nervous as you approach. Why did you attack other Horseborn? His eyes dart around and he repeats your words silently, slowly before preparing his response. Other like me, wrong. Other like me, wrong. Friend, no. You look at Oddleaf to see if she understands, but she only shakes her head a bit. Fight. Friend, no. Other, wrong. You fought them because they're not your friends? Rourke squints while studying Oddleaf's mouth moving. Friend, no. So, okay, so he doesn't speak our language. Our language. The language of everyone else that we've met. I want to know about you and Deirdre. Deirdre? He whips his tail and stands taller, prouder. Deirdre, mate. Me, hers. Hers, mine. Went food much? Again? Strong young for Deirdre and me. Oddleif looks at you with arched eyebrows. Confident man wanting to provide for a family. Something attractive about that. From what he said, he's taken. You smile and shrug before looking back at Roek. Well, if you're going to join us, you should follow orders. He doesn't seem to understand your words, but your tone makes him step back a pace. You're not in trouble, but we are a herd. Alette is our leader. Oddleif points to you and speaks slowly. We follow orders from leader. You follow orders from leader. You cannot be sure how much Roek understands, but his jaw clenches and he stands straighter. He snorts and kicks up dirt with a hoof. He doesn't seem to like that, does he? No, but he'll learn to appreciate it. You choose your words carefully, remembering to talk slowly. I'm glad I had a chance to talk to you. Roek simply stares at you. Everyone feels awkward at the inability to communicate, so you smile at him. Thank you. Thank. He taps a hoof to the ground a few times before trotting off. My best guess is there are different herds like our clans, but they don't really get along. Maybe this herd attacking Lundar was just a particular enemy. Maybe. She smiles and leaves you to your confusion. Yay, confusion. Standard Dragonster confusion. Yay. Old man. So that's it? You're just going to leave us to fend for ourselves? You know we're headed to Arborang. I've been very clear about that. But what if those dread return? Or those flea-ridden horseborn? I'm not sure about the horseborn, but you can count on more dredge. But why? Why are they after Lundar? They're running from something. But you're running from them? What are they running from? That's what we'd like to know. Yoss's eyes dart around for a moment. Does that mean you'll take us with you? You think about what he's asking. All of you? How many are there? Well, let me think. We've got about 50 fighters. That's about how many were tucked away inside the great hall you saved. I think that about sums it up. What do you say? I think so. Saving people. Saving people in a confused fashion. That's what I do. Ooh, I like that. Update the about section. Are you ready to sew your banner into ours? Wait a minute, girl. You may have charmed a few other towns into that banner, but this is Lundar. Fine. Stay here. We're leaving. Well, hold on. Have you never heard of haggling? Fine. We'll sew it into yours. Great. Then that's settled. Yossat, what can you tell us about the old wood? Is that where you're headed? With this many? When he sees you nod, his lips purse and move from side to side. Well, strange things happen in that place. It's a place where people go missing. Or come back happier than ever. Is it dangerous? You charged into a town under attack by Horseborn and Dredge. I'm not sure what you consider dangerous. I guess that means we'll find out. You agree and call for everyone to move out. Oop. Oh, there's no other options. Heroes. No resting. No buying of food. No one's injured. Ivan. Oh yeah, and we can't put Juno in a fight. Apparently. Well, let's head off. What could possibly go wrong? I was half expecting a talky bit. Ooh, still Horseborn in the foreground. It's those cragsmen, a scout cries. That's who's tracking us. The woman is limping, a rough-hewn arrow jutting from her leg. Horns blow from the front and back of the caravan. 2 attacks at once. Hakon Shieldmaster Mogra overhears this and says, Warlords of the North hunt like this. You just pull in and protect all sides until they make a mistake. Then you make it costly for them. You move a bit slower, though. Slow down and tighten the caravan ranks. I think we'll trust him. It's a game of patience now, Deval says. If they stick with us, they'll expose themselves and we'll hit them hard. The cragsmen kill a few of your fighters and steal some food. You hear them laughing and pitying you as they disappear into the countryside. Yeah. I think if you'd gone for one attack or the other, we probably would have lost a lot more. In supplies. I can't remember what the 4th option was. Whispers from the clansmen grow in volume with every step towards the colourfully daunting old wood. Nothing but game trails into this place, Ivor says. For this many people, I don't like it. He looks agitated, nervous. Glancing around, you notice the other Varl, and even the Horseborn, acting similarly. Tight places like this don't sit well with us, he says, watching you. No room to stand or swing. Just another place I don't belong. Ivor's growing concern with feeling useless is somewhat puzzling, but you keep it to yourself. For all its majesty and storied past filled with legendary hunts, the dense foliage and spore-filled air of the old wood, feels eerie. I wonder if it's messing with people's heads in some way. It's one of those things where I kind of, for a roleplay, I don't really want to rest here. A scout runs up to you. There was a woman tied to a tree up ahead. Got 4 guards watching her. The strange news draws a good deal of attention from the caravan. The bound woman is ranting and spitting at the 4 guards when you arrive and ask, what's going on here? This here's a witch, one guard says, plaguing our clan, making everyone real sick. But we caught her, brought her way out here, the others nod. She's to be tied here for 5 days without food or water, then cut loose. Been 3 days so far. But she'll die on her own after that long with nothing to eat or drink, you say. It's not on us, the guard responds. But if you want to set her free, we'd be bigger fools than you to get in your way. How do you know she's a witch? Ooh, yes, sir. Any thoughts? Yrsa smiles and saunters towards the tied woman. She says a few quiet words to the prisoner and looks her over before returning. My suggestion? She says. Burn her and the tree to the ground. You consider what to do. How do you know she's a witch? Everyone looks at the woman who's grinning a toothless grin. She scratches at the tree bark and calls out the dead gods one by one. If that's not enough, the guard says. She was seen squeezing mistletoe berries into water troughs. Think I heard that makes you sick. The other guards bob their heads in agreement. Do we trust Yrsa? Question 1. I don't see any reason why she'd lie. And do we want someone like that in our clan? I don't think so. I don't like it, but this isn't our concern. We don't like it either, guard says. Thanks for leaving us to it. As Cameron rolls by, the woman screams curses and hexes, leaving most feeling sorry for her, or scared. I'm not sure what would have happened if we brought her along, though. But we're going deeper into the wood. Ettingbecker. Is that in the middle of the wood? Oh, I was really... This feels very light for this terrifying, potentially dangerous wood. You notice the coloured specks in the air are especially thick in this area when the caravan ahead of you suddenly stops. They are watching a man who's staring at a flower and crying, It's just so perfect, he says. I paint and carve runes, but this flower is what I've waited for my whole life. The spectators are now nodding with tears in their eyes. You're not sure what to do. Do I want to ask? Why is it perfect? You wouldn't understand, he says. Colours have meaning, and the light is just... It's perfect. The others agree and seem offended by your question. Okay, well, we'll inspect the flower. I don't know which is going to be horrible. We'll inspect it. You move forward and see that the flower looks more like a plain red and yellow shrub. As you near it, it shakes subtly, putting out a small cloud of spore in the air. Oh dear. You start to see the true beauty of the plant as other clansmen crowd around you. The tree behind you reaches down and politely takes your cloak. You smile as a tiny bird teaches you how to count to green. Furs are on the ground and you nestle in them to sleep. Wake up, Ivor says. He's holding his head and squinting to block out the sunlight. Your head hurts too, along with your body, which is sprawled across rocks. We've been robbed, the Varl says. No one was awake to see who it was. Yeah, it was either going to be that, or people stay behind. If you make the we're going. A sudden rumble underfoot is strong enough to make you grab the side of a cart for balance. After it ends, you notice a young girl crying when her brother puts an arm around her. Just the way it is around here, he says. Nothing to cry about. No, nothing to cry about. It's the way things are, okay. Oddly Flut's concerned. I'm not sure if that's the right attitude or not, she says. It keeps them from worrying all the time, yes, but it keeps them from being cautious too. What's the point in caution? Ivor says. Look around. If it is that massive serpent causing these quakes, it could be an arrow's range away, and we'd never know it for all these trees. His words do little to quash the acrid dread in your gut. I think we're about to stop in hitting Becker. One hopes. The faint smell of smoke goes unnoticed by many except you and a few others, including the horseborn. It's coming from the south, Ivor says. Becker, if the map is right. It'll take us some time to get there. Roek and Dedru are unleashing strings of angry sounds and pointing to hoofprints leading south through the woods. Clansmen watch them with concern. Let's see if we can help. While she doesn't understand your words, your movement towards the village prompts Dedru to move forward quickly. Only Roek is able to slow her and keep her near the caravan. Your arrival through the smoke is unexpected by the hoofed pillagers. Some unite to hold you off, while others, smeared in blue war paint, flee into the surrounding woods. Fight, fight, fight. We'll bring Alette. We'll bring Gunnulf, obviously. Hacken. Maybe one of our archers. Hacken. I think I need to level people up. I probably could have rearranged those horseborn. Oh well. You die and learn, apparently. Hit and run, and you're my archer for this group. No. Charge!